Oh, I know what it is. Oh, that's tricky. You guys are so bad. Hi, I'm Ana de Armas.
I'm Len Wiseman.
And we're about to see who knows their film's locations better.
Let's find out.
I see the most beautiful place in the world. A really fun, beautiful colonial city with a Cuban flag and Daniel Craig from the back. So this is from No Time to Die. As unbelievable as it can be, that was a set. They built Santiago de Cuba's street in Pinewood Studios. So this is the scene where James Bond meets Paloma for the first time. It was mind-blowing. When I walked into that set, I was like, I cannot believe we're not in Cuba right now. I wish we had been. It would have been really cool to be in Cuba with my people. The only thing is that it was winter in London, February, and if you can remember, Paloma's wardrobe was not, it was actually made for Cuba, not for London. But my gosh, we had so much fun. It was so great. My schedule for James Bond was supposed to be, I was supposed to shoot with Daniel at the beginning of a filming schedule, but Daniel got injured. So he was down for like 4 months recovering. So they pushed all my scenes to the end of the shoot so we could do all the action together and not with his stunt double. So I started shooting Blonde and I finished Blonde on a Friday. I got on the plane on Saturday, I landed Sunday, and I started shooting James Bond on Monday. I just got there to this massive crew that had been shooting for already 6 months, and I was the last one. We closed the movie with all Paloma's scenes. The last 3 weeks of the film was our scenes together. If you look at Paloma, there is definitely some Marilyn Monroe's affectations in there because I had 24 hours in between. So part of that bubbliness and part of that, I don't know, there's that charisma, it definitely came from Marilyn, and I just added the Cuban side. So it was a very beautiful combination. It was also where we said goodbye to Daniel, his last day. And it was really emotional. It was a moment that I'll never forget. And it was, you know, films that he had been doing for 20 years. It was a huge moment for him and the crew. This is people that, you know, have done this for a big part of their lives. And to be there with him, saying goodbye to him, it was, very special.
That's great to be there at that
Yes.
at that moment.
So we said goodbye to Bond in the streets of Santiago. It was really cool. Oh!
What do I see here? This is a gorgeous town. One of the most breathtaking towns that I've ever come across. So this is from Ballerina, and this is the town, the secret town where the Chancellor kind of quietly goes about his daily life with his assassins. This is a town of Hallstatt in Austria, and it was a town that I was obsessed about using in Ballerina. There was so many times when it just, production-wise, it was not going to happen. And when
I remember there was a time where we thought it was not.
Yeah, that it's just impossible to get to. It's a 5-hour drive, and just bringing crew and equipment, lighting, all of that. And we just fought every kind of dynamic to get there, and we did. So we only
in
were there
real
for 2
life,
days.
people here are really nice, but in the movie, oh, you don't want to be here. Do you remember? Do you remember this moment? I was going upstairs, running from one of the bad guys, and there was this cat, like a stray cat, just sitting at the top of the stairs.
Oh God, yeah.
And he was just pissed. He was mad. And every time I would run, no one would move him. So the cat would go like every time. Just
but the first
but it definitely made me run faster.
First time,
the
first time it happened, I don't know what the hell it was. Anna is running up this like long staircase, comes up into the camera, then turns around, and then I start to follow her. It was once she turned around where she couldn't see. And this cat like tried to take a sweat, but just this vicious kind of scream. And so you're running, Anna's screaming, looking back, but still stays it because, that's what I gotta say, like just the woman is dedicated. She keeps running, but now she's just in total fear.
I'm really running for my life.
It's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
That was a strange cat too, though.
Well, I see a white wall with a white door, some cactuses or succulents in there, trees, and this is Blonde. This is Marilyn Monroe's actual house in Los Angeles, in Brentwood. This is the one and only home she ever owned. And we got to shoot there for about 4 or 5 days in our movie. And it was a really, really special, unforgettable experience. At the beginning, the family living there didn't want us to shoot in the house. It took us like a few months to convince them, and many flowers. It was really moving to be there in that space with her. And I say with her because I really do believe that she was there with us somehow. It's funny to talk about these things because people usually laugh at you and they think that you're crazy or being like, there's a woo-woo going on there, but there was. And a couple of times some things happened, like at some point a mirror fell off the wall, and not like bad scary things, like actually also beautiful things and people that were connected to her somehow, and stories that we heard that we didn't know about and things like that. It was everything around the movie was kind of like coming to us, It was very strange. The whole movie, we were lucky enough to find all the places, the real places that she lived in, little apartments, and even the apartment with her mom was that apartment, or movie studios, and every place that we used, she was there.
This was about a month of my life. I can't forget that.
Oh, that was too easy.
This is from Live Free or Die Hard. It takes place in Washington, D.C., but we built this freeway system. Yeah,
what do you mean
not all of it, but we built a massive section of this like freeway roundabout. I didn't want to do it CG, so we built a street. It's the finale of the film, and Bruce Willis is being targeted by an F-18. So we built a practical freeway, blew up that freeway, and it was such a big operation. And Bruce was just, he was like, how long is this sequence in the movie? I was like, this is like 5 minutes. He's like, 5 minutes. That's it. For everything we're doing, 5 minutes. I made a Die Hard movie when I was 15 in my backyard, where I was playing John McClane. Once I told Bruce that, things just kind of changed. He's like, you did a movie in your backyard playing John McClane, and now you're doing the real one?
That's crazy.
And it just had this kind of bond, so.
How amazing that.
Yeah. I like the confusion on your face.
I am so genuinely confused. This is the woods, and there is like what it looks like a hippo sculpture. So it's Oh, I know what it is. Oh, that's tricky. That's so, you guys are so bad. Okay, this is Knives Out. In the movie, there was this path where Benoit Blanc and the other police officers and I are walking through the property, finding clues, and there are these weird sculptures along the way. The mansion was in Massachusetts. I can't believe I can pronounce that. And it was gorgeous. So I have so many memories. That was a beautiful house, by the way. It was so cold outside. It was freezing. No one wanted to leave the house. So they used the entire basement as our green room. And we were just, hanging out there every day, playing games and just laughing and eating. And Jamie Lee Curtis was cooking and making croutons for everybody. And it was lovely. It's one of the best experiences I've ever had in my career. Daniel Craig surprised me. The fact that he just didn't want to go away and have some alone time in his trailer, and he just rather, spend time with us. That to me says it all. He is very approachable and very relaxed and very funny. He was just hanging out. He just wanted to be one of us, He was one of us.
I see a boat, like a boat taxi. different layers of a city. This is in Toronto, a set that we built on stage for Total Recall.
Correct. What's the name of the place? Like, what would you call this set?
This was... Do you have it? Do you have it on the other side there?
Of course I do.
The colony.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, the colony. We searched everywhere for the kind of location of futuristic city in Italy, where it's like traveling by boat taxis and all that, and just to make it different. But we couldn't find it, so we built it. Colin did his own stunts. This one shot where he goes out, we follow him, and then he leaps and catches onto all these wires is what kind of breaks his fall, and then he lands onto the boat. And it's one of those things like you do. Like, you go like, you look through the stunt, and then you go, I think I want to do this. I think I want to try it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always say that. I want to do everything.
A really interesting part of this film was the hover car sequence. I wanted it to feel like a real, like, gritty car chase. So we built 6 of these hover cars that had a smaller kind of chassis underneath. So the guys would race these cars, and then Colin and Jessica Biel were in the vehicle. We just slammed those things. It was shooting an actual car chase. You get the real vibrations, all the just the interaction. And I'd also had not seen it approached that way.
Okay, I see like some metal structures, abandoned, rusted pieces of something.
But the look on your face is like you're still searching.
No, I know. This is Blade Runner 2049. And I think this is a scene where... Is this the scene where Ryan crashes in the dumpster or whatever that is? You know, it was so weird for me to play this hologram because in the scene when we crash, she starts like flickering and having like this like going in and out. And I had to just repeat the same line over and over again. But at the same time is glitching, but she is having emotions. Like she's getting worried about herself and him and crashing and the whole thing.
No, it was a heartbreaking scene. It was a great scene.
Yeah, it was really interesting to play a character that was a hologram. For example, the scene with Mackenzie Davis when we're like, we're getting together and like different cameras and then putting layers on layers of the camera. I don't know how to explain it. It was very tricky. So we would watch the monitor and there would be like a see-through layer of what we had just done, and so I could be on the same position as her or vice versa. She could see me. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they give you that reference of it to try to match to it.
Yes, so we were actually acting but with the monitor in front of us just so we could see where we were. Anyways, it was very strange. So it would take just longer to get certain things because they had to be like really specific.
What do I see? This is a village built out in Whistler in Vancouver. So this is actually a ski resort, and we built out this ancient town. So this is from Underworld Evolution, which was my second movie. It was a lot of fun. It was also really tough. It was freezing. Don't know why I go there.
Why do you keep making movies during winter?
I have no idea. But the cameras were freezing up. And the werewolves in this are suits, they're animatronic. So the gears would lock up and freeze. Sounds fun, right? It's just fun.
Yeah.
I'm most proud of the first one. First one was close to me in many ways. It was also it was my first movie, and it's first experience too, so.
I think we did pretty good, both of us.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
Good memory.
I mean, making movies is hard, but when you kind of go back and reflect, you just talk about really like the good times.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.